Hello. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's nice to be in a room, isn't it, with no one on their phone. Isn't that a rare treat in this day and age, to be in a room full of people, no one on their phone? It's just, I don't know, this is quite ageist of me, but when I see older people on their phone, I'm always a bit disappointed. Your mum or auntie constantly on their phone. Look at them like you should be knitting. My auntie, she's in her 70s, right? Always on her phone. She told me recently she got this text offer. You know those annoying texts you get that said, you're eligible for a singles vacation. She was like, oh, still got it. Off to Ibiza. Popped her glasses on, read it again, realised it actually said you are eligible for a shingles vaccination. That took a wind out of her sails. But she got it anyway, it's free, good on her. But I like the fact though that her first thought was the positive, the best outcome. I wish I could be more like that. My first thought's always negative, always the worst possible outcome. No way to live your life. Like this sums me up. About 2 years ago, driving home from a gig, get a puncture, right? So I'm at the side of a dual carriageway, in a ditch, pitch black, puncture, 2 in the morning, trying to get the wheel off with the metal X thing, right? Wouldn't fit on the, so I had to ring the RAC like a child, like, hello? Yeah, I can't do it, can you send an adult? Can you send a grown-up? Someone who listened when they were shown this shit. Stood there, car goes flying past, stops about 200 metres away, then starts reversing the wrong way, up a dual carriageway towards me. I shit myself. It's what reversing sounds aggressive, doesn't it? Reversing is like... Yeah, that is a good reversing impression. Currently the best on the circuit. I do a fairly good indicator, if you're interested. I was gonna... That's my indicator. Don't clap, you feel bad about yourself. That's my indicator. Quite a hollow, ponderous one. I like that one. You know that one? It's like, take your time, what's the rush? Just take your time. Don't like my old indicator, judgy. You know that one? Oh, come on, could have pulled out then. You had ages. Piss off indicator. Some of you are enjoying this bit, some of you not so much, and that's because you've got a Range Rover and you've never used your indicator. Just pull out with self-importance and assume people will move. I'll judge this room. Anyway, so this car reverses at me. It's like, These 2 massive blokes get out, they're like 6'4", huge blokes, middle of nowhere, look at me, on my own, in a ditch and go, what we got here then? It's like, puncture? They're like, right, get that sorted for you. Just fixed my car in 10 minutes. Just fixed it. Turns out they were soldiers. There's an army training base down the road. Been out doing shit. Drove past. Saw a man down. Came back for me. This is the best bit because they were soldiers. When they left, honestly, one of them said to the other one, come on, let's move out. Oh, it's like I was a manoeuvre. Tragic though that my first thought was negative as they got out of the car. Why couldn't I thought, these lovely men have stopped to help? No, my first thought, well, clearly I'm going to be killed. I am going to be bummed, then killed. I'll be honest, my next thought was, well, if I'm going to be killed, might as well get bummed. You might as well try something new just before you die. Then my worry was, what if I really liked it? I'm going to be doing that my whole life. Seems a shame now. Bugger. So, I don't know why I'm so negative. I'm trying to be less negative or more positive, depends how you look at it. You know, I'm trying to stop that voice in my head. You know that voice that constantly goes, you're shit, you won't be able to do this, everyone thinks you're a twat, you're shit at this. You know that voice, we've all got that. Have a wait. Don't just stare at me like I'm a freak. You know, I don't know why I've got that negative voice. I don't know. Maybe it's where I'm from. You see, because I'm from Northampton, shit. And, don't act proud. It's pathetic. here before. I've done gigs here before. No one's proud to be from Northamptonshire. I've done it. Right, if you're from Manchester and you do a gig in Manchester, you walk on stage and go, I'm actually from Manchester. Everyone will go, yeah! Talk about shit we know. I've done gigs in Northampton before, walked on stage, proudly announced, I'm actually from Northampton. And everyone's gone, yeah, so are we. Why are you telling us this shit? Should know we don't really care. The one thing that makes me proud to be from Northamptonshire, that no one is proud to be from Northamptonshire. I'm not from Northampton, from a little town on the outskirts. And it's one of them, that's the thing. I'm not slagging off Northampton, because like the countryside's lovely. But you get the little towns out in the sticks, don't you, Northamptonshire? Little towns are all right, a bit rough, and then surrounded by very, very posh villages, which is a funny combination. Little town, bit rough, posh village. And the main difference between very posh people and more working class people, right? Posh people, nice to your face, slag you off behind your back. Working class people, slag you off to your face. Nice behind your back. And they're weird. Posh people don't want to upset anyone, do they? So they're like, lovely to see you, Marjorie. Do come again soon. Okay, bye. Bitch. Working class people are more sort of, here he comes, mate, you look alright, dick. You're not going out looking like that, you wanker. Go to the bar and get the drinks, you prick. Go on, off you go, knobhead, run along. Yeah, good bloke, isn't he? Bloody good bloke. He's like a brother to me. I'd lie down in traffic, I'd take a bullet. I would take a bullet for that man. Oh, you forgot something, you thick twat. Well, you wouldn't, mate. You thick as shit. Go get the drinks, you arsehole. I'm telling you, I won't have a bad word said against him. Except for all of those. But, where I grew up, people would question you if you wore anything out of the ordinary. Again, I think that's needed more. Do you not see people walking down the street sometimes wearing something and think, really? Really? We're all going to accept that shit, are we? No one said anything about that. I mean, just recently, I saw a man in January wearing flip-flops. Oh, you're all right with this, are you? This needs to be addressed as a nation. Flip-flops are not acceptable in the winter, right? We need to come to some kind of recognised flip-flop cut-off date. October the 12th. After that, you're not allowed to wear flip-flops. They're for the summer on the beach, not Tesco's in mid-Feb. And look how tense it's gone. I can sense you in here, the winter flip-flop wearers. I know you're in here, looking at me, your attitudes. Like, what's your problem, mate? Yeah? I just put flip-flops on, slip them on. I'm cool, I'm casual. You're not. You're too lazy to put socks and shoes on. So we've all got to look at your hairy, veiny feet, have we? It's the equivalent of going out in public with one ball hanging out. The only time I like seeing a man in flip-flops is at the urinals at the service station toilets. So, I have had 2 coffees and a long journey. You are about to learn a valuable lesson. So, I moved away from home, quite young age, to do stand-up. I moved away to be a stand-up, and I should point out, and I had nothing to fall back on, nothing. I'm not doing stand-up because I thought it'd be more interesting than a law degree, right? I'm not doing this to get acting work. I have got nothing. I've got an A-level in fine art. Yeah, that is not something to fall back on, is it? Oh, the career's gone tits up. Crack out the oil paint. You know, I still like art though. I love art. I love the Turner Prize. You know the Turner Prize every year. It's always something weird, isn't it? Like, do you remember in the 90s, Damien Hirst put an actual shark, a real shark, in a tank. Like, in a shark in a tank. And everyone's like, yeah, but is it art? And the definition is always, but would you have that in your house? For a shark in a tank? You're bloody right, I'd have that in my house. Don't tell anyone about it. When you go on holiday, ask the neighbours to feed the fish. So, moved to London. I worked in a pub in South London. I like living in London. It's a good city. It's a good city. You can tell a good city, I think, by how it reacts in times of adversity. Like, the other year in London, there was more terror attacks, more terrorism, right? Now, relax. I'm not going to make any stupid jokes out of it, because what we do in this country when horrific shit happens, I think we should be proud of We always try and focus on the uplifting stories, don't we? Celebrate the heroes. Try to laugh it off. Like they're trying to change our way of life. Through terror, there was photos of people in London leaving the attacks, still holding their drinks. They won't crack us that easy, will they? Proper London as well, like £7.50, I'm taking that one. The most uplifting story from the London attacks, I'm sure you know this story, the Millwall supporter. Did you hear about him? Right, for those who don't know, Millwall football supporters got a bit of a reputation, haven't they? Being a bit aggressive, football hooligans, basically. True story. 3 terrorists stormed into a restaurant in London Bridge, holding massive knives, shouting, "In the name of Allah!" This bloke stood up and said, "Shut up on Millwall!" That must have been one of the few times other English people were happy to hear that. If you're on a train and you hear "shut up on Millwall," you're like, oh no. That was the one time everyone just went, oh great, he'll take this. I mean, imagine that moment of confusion between those two completely different sets of people. The terrorists just staring at him, trying to figure out what religion Millwall is. He's looking back at them, trying to remember what division Allah is in. I think we've done them in the cup. Yeah, 2 seasons ago, 3-1 away, we've done them. Did you hear his description of the attack? This is nearly word for word how he described a terror attack. He said, so, 3 of them, yeah? All got knives. So I'm trying to punch them, trying to hit them, caught me a couple times, cut me, blood all over my hands. That's not a terror attack, that's an away game. And you know, the present his friends gave him in hospital, a book called Learn to Run. So, worked in a pub in South London. Loved working in a pub because you met people from everywhere, all different sorts of people. I remember once this couple came into the bar, right? Now, you could tell they'd had a domestic. You know, you just know a couple's had an argument because they're overly polite to you, but their eyes are full of hate. Right? They walk in, the girl said, "Excuse me, can I see your wine list?" I was like, "Yeah, didn't know we had one." But, all right. She was like, "Can I try the Cabernet Sauvignon?" I was like, "Yeah." Went to pour it. She said, "I'd like to try the wine first, please." She wanted to do that wine tasting. I've never seen that in real life before. And let's bear in mind, this is 2002, we're in a rough pub in South London. We're not on a vineyard in France. She's swilling it, smelling it, gurgling it. At this point, her boyfriend is just staring at me like, yeah, this is the shit I'm dealing with. So I said to him, what are you having, mate? He went, oh, just a pint of Kronenberg. For a laugh, I said, would you like to try it? God bless him. He saw his opportunity. He said, why not? I honestly poured a tiny bit of Kronenberg in a pint glass and he went for it as well. Threw me number, quite sweet on the palate. What year is it? Said, well, 1664. I know my beers. And that's where I met my wife, working in that pub. She worked there as well, met her behind the bar, and she asked me out, and I instinctively said no. Because I thought that's what you say when someone asks you out. That's what they all said to me. And do you know what she said? She went, why not? I was like, fuck, I didn't know that was an option. I didn't know you could ask for feedback. If someone rejects you, you walk away and hate yourself for me, didn't you? I'll be a shit boyfriend and I'll prove my point. Upgraded to a shit husband. And she's my wife, by the way. My wife is from Slovakia, right? Or Slovenia? Can't understand a word she says. I should really ask, but it's been 12 years. You can't ask now. It's awkward. Right, relax. It's a joke. She's from Slovakia. Right? I'll ask. I know, tense times, isn't it? Politically, it's tense, you know. I've just said that quite fairly. There's a few of you going, yeah, this is all very funny, but I mean, how did you vote? How did we all vote? How do we all feel? We all take each other so seriously now, don't we? We need to get back to a point where we just laugh at each other. Do you know what I mean? It's all gone tits up now, isn't it? No one's happy with it. Might as well laugh at it. Like, right, my wife is from another country. Surely I'm allowed to make the odd, light-hearted, right-wing joke around the house. No? Here's one. Oh, feel that tension. Right, now, I've said this to her face. She didn't give a shit. Why are you already offended? You've not even heard it yet. She loves gardening, my wife. Loves gardening. She gets really annoyed how little I care about the garden. So this is last spring. She's having a go at me. She goes, right, I need to get in the garden. I need to sort out the borders. I know you don't give a shit, but I need to sort the borders. I said, if it wasn't for the British relaxed attitude to borders, you wouldn't fucking be here. Just a bit of fun. Just don't clap. Reveals how you voted, doesn't it? Shit, well, this was a UKIP hole. It was a tense afternoon, I'm not going to lie to you. Don't worry, she's done shit to me. Like, first time I went to Slovakia, first time to meet all her family and parents, shitting myself, I'm sat there, right, we're eating soup. Of course we're eating soup, that's all they piss in it. That's borderline offensive, I'll give you that. Right? Oh, they do though, in the summer. Soup, that's not acceptable in the summer, is it? Oh, they love it. And there's a big boiling hot day, you're sweating, you know, you're out paddling pool, flip-flops on, when you're supposed to wear them. Right? Stood there sweating, really hot, my wife will go, oh, what should we do for lunch? I've made chicken noodle soup. Oh, brilliant, that's just what I fancy. Perhaps for dessert, we could have a mug of bovril. So, sat there, eating the soup, I looked down, there's a bay leaf in it. Now, I've never seen a bay leaf before. Didn't want to look offensive or anything. I said to her, well, do you eat that? And she said, yeah. I don't know if you've ever tried to eat a bay leaf. I was there for about 45 minutes. It's like chewing a Coke can. She said, did you not have bay leaves when you were a kid? I said, no, we had the bay lifts. Oh, it's great though being married to someone from another. It's a great country as well, Slovakia. You should go there. It's very religious country, very religious. Central Europe, isn't it? So it's Roman Catholic. Well, I'm not going to take the piss. My wife's Catholic. Her mum. I don't know the different levels of Catholicism, but her mum is fucking Catholic. I think that's the only way you can describe it. Seriously, she's got stained glass windows on her car. Proper, isn't it? It's got holy water, screen wash. Windscreen wipers go like that. One of the main differences as well. One of the main differences when your wife is from another country, she rings home a lot. She's on Skype a lot, FaceTiming home. Oh, she loves it. She rings me all the time. She's ringing me for? We live together. She'll go out and keep ringing home. So my time alone is precious. You know, you get the house to yourself. I still get that tingle of excitement. Remember as a kid, when your parents went out, you got the house to yourself. You're like, oh, I'm going to make cheese on toast. Still get that as an adult. My wife will go, right, go to the shops, I'll be a couple of hours. I'm like, brilliant, I can have a watch on the telly. And she goes out and leaves that part in shop. Oh, by the way, there's a list of stuff we need to get done. Could you crack on with it? And then she keeps ringing me. I get this virtual reality shopping experience. She rings me up like, hello? Yeah, I'm in Sainsbury's. Yeah, just looking at those pyjamas that I was going to get for the boys. Yeah, they've not got their size. What am I supposed to do with that? It's like, oh, don't waste anecdotes of this level over the phone. Save this gold for when you get home. Then she gets home. She's like, did you get all that stuff done? No, didn't have time. What were you doing? I was on the phone to you. Quite often after a gig, I'll ring her to say I'm on the way home. I'll say I'm driving home, be an hour and 20, see you then. That's all she needs to know. I've got albums to listen to, I've got podcasts. Oh, she just keeps talking. And she's one of them people you can't get off the phone. We've all got those people in our lives. You love them dearly, but when your phone rings and you see it's them, your first thought is, oh, fuck. Rearrange the whole day now. You know those people people that just do not get the getting off the phone catchphrases. You know the ones we all know? That means let's wrap this shit up. Here's a classic. Anyway. We all know that. She just ploughs through. Gets to the point where you literally have to say, right, I'm getting off the phone now. She gets all sulky. Do you want to talk to me? But no, I'm at the front door. I've got to get my keys out. You just talked me all the way home. Hour and 20. You've talked me in. Like an aeroplane with no landing equipment. Your control tower. Isn't it tragic though that my wife is really talkative and chatty and a warm person, and I find it deeply irritating. I don't really, but that's why I want our kids to be more like her. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what happens. When you have kids, you realise you're a bit negative and moaning, you think, I can't pass this on. I want them to be more like her. We've got two, by the way, two pet humans, right? Children, whatever you call them. And we wanted to have kids as well. I want to make that clear, because I moan about them and that, but I really wanted to have kids. And we were told, as a couple, that we'd probably never be able to have children, which is horrible, isn't it? When you're told. I know this is a very personal thing. People in here undoubtedly have dealt with this. I'm not making a joke about it on any level. It's horrible. When you're told you can't have kids, it's horrible and annoying as well. No one mentions that, do they? Oh, it's annoying when you're told you can't have kids because you think back to all those years as a teenager in your 20s, worried about getting someone pregnant. Unwanted pregnancy, periods late over in my life. And then you're told you couldn't have had kids anyway. Oh, that's annoying. I'm so stingy, my first thought. The money I've wasted on condoms. Oh, hundreds of, well, not 40 quid, I don't know. I'm not tying it up for tonight. So, anyway, I had to get everything checked. I had to do a sperm test. I thought, I'll nail this, I've done the revision. You've got to do it, that's the thing though. You've got to do it, you've got to get the sample there within 40 minutes. I don't live in that catchment area, so I had to go in and do it there. And when you do that one, that's going to be tested, it's going to be checked to see whether you can start a family. It's a big one, isn't it? Lot riding on that one. It goes from being, a dirty, sordid, mucky affair to a necessary medical procedure. You know what I mean? When you do that one, firstly, what do you think about? Don't look at me like you don't know what I'm talking about. You do that one, you can't do that one to some horrendous porn, can you? It feels wrong. This is to see whether you can have children. What do you think about? Don't think about children. That's rule number one. I did what I thought was the only honourable thing. I did it to our wedding photo. Because, her mum is fit. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. She's not fit. That is a joke my wife hates as well. Every night I get home and go, yeah, got to laugh. Still gonna do it. So we've got two pet humans. It's relentless having kids. I'm sure that's, it's an obvious thing to say. The hours I spend with them in parks and play areas. How good are parks now compared to the shit we had when we were kids? They're like wooden fortresses now, aren't they? There's drawbridges, tunnels going through the side of a hill, all the floor, black rubber matting. They fall off a swing, they just bounce onto a slide. The other week, my 7-year-old had the nerve to say he was bored. I said, bored? You've got a zip wire, you little shit. That's like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. So when I was a kid, all we had in the park was broken glass and sex offenders. That's why we're better at hide and seek. That's a fact. Kids are shit at hide and seek now. No incentive. I don't want to be one of those moaning people, the older people that moan it's easier for kids now. It's all relative, isn't it? They're annoying, them people, like people who moan about school, that's easier for kids now in schools. Older people can work, obviously now for children in school, if they don't read or write, they're just dyslexic. If they don't pay any attention, they've got that attention deficit disorder. You didn't have that when I was at school. Yeah, you did. You were just put in bottom group. given no help whatsoever. Wasn't better, was it? Different generation. Like when I was a kid, if someone said your brother is on the spectrum, that just meant dinner's ready, turn me off the computer. You did have a Commodore like a loser. So I know it's a massively obvious thing to say, but it changes everything once you have kids. Changes you as a couple, as a married couple. Once you have kids, you change completely. You go from being like boyfriend and girlfriend to workmates on a night shift. That's all you are. The way you talk to each other completely changes. Do you remember how you spoke to each other when you first got together with someone? Do you remember you're like, oh, what sort of music do you like? Oh, I love them, they're amazing. Oh, you should go sing them sometime. Do you like Thai food? Oh, I love Thai food. Oh, that's an amazing Thai restaurant. Goes from that to just, I had to change him because he's shit up his back. It's up his neck, I don't even know how he's done it. That's physically impossible. You go from whispering sweet nothings to just shouting one room to the other. Shit himself! Shit himself! Oh, I'm sorry, Al, well, I'm brilliant. There's shit on his dick. There's shit all... I'm cleaning shit off a dick here. I know it's vulgar, but I don't know how our parents didn't say that to us when we were younger. Do you know what I mean? Like they alluded to it. Do you remember your parents would say, don't you forget, I was the one who changed your nappies. Not specific enough, that, is it? Remember when you were a gobby, arrogant teenager, giving all that attitude, going, you've done nothing, I hate you, I can't wait to move out, you're an idiot. How your dad did say, I used to clean shit off of your dick. You know nothing. I'm going to say it. Definitely going to say it. Remember, son, I used to clean shit off of your dick. Hope you both have a wonderful marriage. If we could all raise a glass. So I do think I've reached a level where I'm allowed to moan a bit now about having kids. You know, you get to an age where you think, surely I'm allowed to moan now. Because I do this at night. So when our kids were young, little kids, I had them in the day all the time. Because not saying I'm a brilliant parent, I was just there. I had nowhere to hide. You know what I mean? So I spent all my days in parks, just surrounded by mums. Just loads of yummy mummies, one laddie daddy. Just all the mums, you know, all the mums would be there talking about how hard their lives are, with just me going, yeah, on behalf of all your husbands, shut the fuck up. And then sit on a swing on my own tense, isn't it? I can sense quite fairly that some mums probably want to be annoyed by me saying that, but I'm afraid you can't, you see, because I earned the money, had the kids all day, and did the cooking, cleaning and ironing, so... Oh, the view is good from up here on this moral high horse. There's a real generation gap with that, John. I can sense the younger couples going, yeah, it's about time us parents as dads and calf kits and bags everywhere, we've got to make them. And then there's the older couples going, don't laugh because you did fuck all. You probably think I'm being a bit sexist saying this as well, right? I'm not sexist. If anyone's sexist in our house, it's my wife. She's allowed to be. Just laugh about it. I remember once, she had a load of friends come round, coffee, bit of cake. I was cleaning the house. One of her friends just casually said, got him well trained. How is that acceptable? Imagine that, the other way round. Your wife makes your mate a cup of tea and he goes, got her well trained. You would never see him again. He might as well join a witness protection program. He is dead to you. Found in a canal. I'm just saying, not all dads are idiots. I'm sure the mums in here agree with that. Some put in some effort, but if you look at the films and TV, we're all made out to be idiots. It's always like, you know, Peppa Pig. Silly daddy, shut your face, Peppa. Every sitcom is, come through a nappy. And it all started with the film, 3 Men and a Baby. Yeah, how sexist a film title is that? 3 Men and a Baby. Imagine if there was a film called 3 Women Parallel Parking. The Look how annoyed you are. It's not even happened. It's not even happened. I've just said it's a joke. You're already angry. I don't even mean it either. It's nothing to do with gender. Parking, I can't park. Happy to admit it. I once spent so long reverse parking, my petrol light came on. That's the level like that. Got my wife to get it in. I don't give a shit. I have to try and turn this round. Right, now, I'll admit, I'm on your side. Some of the mums, I'm on your side. That some dads are completely useless. I get that. I remember once, we went to a farm, right, on a Sunday. I said to this other mum, I said, well, where's your husband? Why is he not here? She said, he doesn't like farms. I said, I'm not here because I like farms. Wake my kids up at 6 in the morning and go, come on boys, I'm off to a farm today. Care to join? And then the parents who don't make enough effort are annoying, and the parents who make too much effort are annoying, aren't they? And I remember once, there was a video on Facebook, what it was, a dad, he's got his baby for the first time on his own, right? His wife's gone back to work. She can see them on her laptop through like the security cameras in the living room. So she's watching him all day, and he's playing, he's giving his undivided attention, he's building stuff, he's dressing up, he's dancing around. She sped that video up over 2 minutes, put it on Facebook, and just put, best daddy in the world. And I thought, he's fucking not. He's got one child for a day when he knows someone's watching. We can all do that. Let's see him 6 months down the line, hidden camera, when he's had the baby on his own for 9 days, house is a shithole, it's in front of Toy Story 2, he's on the sofa, looking at BBC Sport, gently sobbing. That's what I want to see. It's not a standard day, that's all I'm saying, is it? That's not a standard real day. It is a standard day. I remember once coming down with my kids, 5:30 in the morning, I've had no sleep, right? One of them was 2, one of them was 4. 2-year-old can't do anything, 4-year-old demands everything. 2-year-old walks down, he's got that nappy on. That's not been changed all night. It's slapping between the knees. Full, bright yellow, looks nuclear. It's gonna go at any minute. 4-year-old is just demanding stuff. Can I have breakfast? Can I have telly? Can I have breakfast? Can I have telly? Can I have telly? Can I have Octolos? Can I have Octolos? Can I have Octolos? Oh, wait. Let me deal with that, because that is going to go at any moment. Then I'll do all of that shit you've just demanded. Just let me deal with that. Can I have Octolos? Can I have Octolos? Right, I'll put Octolos on. Can I have the one with the squid? I want the one with the squid. The one... I don't know which one the one with the squid is. I turn around, the nappy has exploded all over the floor. I don't know if you've seen the inside of a nappy. It's full of these little jelly balls that absorb the moisture. They're everywhere like pissy frog spawn. And you can't sweep them up because they're all sticky. So I'm there with handfuls of kitchen roll, desperately dabbing at it. I turn around, the 2-year-old is now stood on the sofa, he's naked and he is shitting. So I instinctively caught him. You've got to. I've got a cream sofa. What else am I supposed to do? And once you start, you've got to commit. Stood there like Mr. Whippy. I'm holding human shit. It's not even 6 in the morning. Put that video on Facebook, you smoke prick. So, I've had a vasectomy. I should have probably gone in a bit more easy, launch into it. But if you're wondering why, it's for all the reasons I've already given, and if you're still wondering why, then well, meet my youngest, and then you'll fucking know. A psycho, it's like living with Charles Bronson. I can't bring another one of them onto the planet. I couldn't risk it. So I went to get it done. I was on the waiting list for quite a while, and I got the phone call, and this is word for word how the phone call went. She rang me up and she said, "Mr. Bird, yeah, we can fit you in next Saturday for the vasectomy. We've had a man pull out." Just there, gift wrap, ready to go. So, I went to get it done, and I don't know what it was, but when I went to get it done, I felt the need to be funny. I don't know why, I felt awkward, I was a bit tense, you know, so, and here's the thing you need to know, I'm a fainter, I'm a proper wimp, of everything medical, blood taken, faint, all the time. So I don't know why, I was there, being all cocky, well, literally cocky. Laying there, the 2 women walk in, I'm like, here they are, scissor sisters. Cracking jokes, I thought, well, you can't see it, and you can't feel anything. I'll be fine. What they don't warn you is you can hear it. Why do you think it's called a snip? So I'm cracking jokes, trying to be funny. Suddenly I hear snip, and I went, huh! And then they had to get another nurse. I grabbed a nurse by the arm and said the sentence, "I'm fainting." Supposed to be in and out in 10 minutes. I was pushed out in a wheelchair. My wife stood there going, "How much have they taken off?" And then, when you get it done, you might know, after 3 months you have to do a sample to check, the coast is clear. And again, I thought you'd go in and do it or whatever. Things have changed now. You get given your information pack, you get given an addressed envelope and a tub, and you just post it. Do it in the tub, put it in, post it. You literally come in a jiffy. But now, every time I see a postman, I just think, he can have bags full of it. Falls off his bike, there can be letters and specimen everywhere. Oh. So I did it for environmental reasons as well, obviously, trying to keep the population down, do my bit. We've all got to do a bit. I'm worried about the environment, try not to waste. That's my main reason, one of my main reasons. I don't do birthday cards. Refuse to do birthday cards. Like, if you post someone a birthday card, I get that, right? Fair enough, it's nice getting a card in the post. Giving someone a birthday card, face to face, is there a more pointless charade than that? So, there you go, mate, happy birthday. Oh, thanks, mate. To me, happy birthday. Oh, it's from you. What is the point of that? It's like writing a text and then just showing it to them. I don't get you. I'm worried about the environment. I'm worried about everything, constantly. That's the thing. I always see all the worst possible outcomes, everything that could possibly go wrong. It's a hard way to live your life, like I said. That's why I could never go to a music festival. I'd be worried about everything that could go wrong. I love music, obsessed with music. I couldn't go to Glastonbury, stood in a field with tens of thousands of people. All I'd be thinking, car park's gonna be a fucking nightmare. The other reason I could never go to a music festival, I can't handle it when the lead singer keeps telling you what to do. The bands, the lead singer keeps shouting orders at you, shouting at people, "Make some noise! I want to hear you! Make some noise!" I'm like, mate, I've slept in a tent and queued up for a chemical toilet. You make some fucking noise. You're the one getting paid. You've got sound equipment. What are you telling me to make noise for? Put your hands in the air. That's the other one. Put your hands in the air. Was it a gig or a bank job? Put your hands in the air. And don't tell a field full of people that haven't had a shower in 2 days to put their hands in the air. Like birds dropping from the sky. How does that help the music on any level? I've never had the radio on and gone, "Oh, bloody love this song." The only thing that make this better. It's brought out the melody no end. Could never go. There's people that go to music festivals, football, they go to royal weddings, live events, right? They need to be discussed. The people, they've got away with this for too long. No one's ever brought them up on this. No one said something about it, and it's about time someone did. The people, they go to a live event, right? They make their own homemade sign. They go along. They hold it up. Who the fuck are they? Who are these people? Has anyone ever met one? I've never been round someone's house and gone, "What are you doing, Dave?" "Oh, just going to football tomorrow, mate, making a sign." Something all right, Dave? Just feels like a bit of a cry for help, mate. Right, if you're going to a political rally, right, and you're given a sign that says, like, "No bombs, stop the war, gay rights," something like that, good thing to do. You're making your voice heard as a political movement. I get it, right? If you're an adult holding a sign that says Harry Kane legend, you want to fucking grow up. The end of last season, the Arsenal manager left, Arsene Wenger. Some of the teenage female gushing signs, grown men holding up like, Thanks for the memories. Football hooligans, geezers that pride themselves on being violent, like, come on in, jog on you mug, I'll cut you, you slag. Thanks for the memories. So, what we gone with when you signed there, Terry? I've gone with thanks for the memories. It's beautiful, mate. You've really encapsulated how we all feel. The legacy of this club is secure. Come on, give me a cuddle. Watch me sign, mate. Watch me sign. People who go to, like, you know, the royal wedding, stand on the street holding a sign. I love you, Harry and Meghan. Do ya? Do ya? Right, now, I'm not anti-royal, I'm not pro-royal, I'm like most of us, I'm firmly in the camp of, oh, fucking you. Right? But when you see the royal wedding on the telly, there's hundreds of thousands of people lining the streets, like Black Friday for posh people. They're all there with their sides. I just want to see them leaving their house to go to that. I'd love to see that. Just like, come on, Sheila, we're going! Where are we going? The royal wedding! We invited? No! Evening, dude? No! No, we're going to stand on the street near it. Why? Someone might see us. How will they see us? I've got a sign. Did I buy it? I made it. Bloody good job of it as it goes. Quite happy with the colour scheme. Didn't have to squeeze in the H in Meghan. Didn't know there was one. You live and learn. Right. Take that Union Jack, you wave that, remind them of what they own. Come on. It's going to be a lovely day of Britishness and nationalism, except for homeless people, of course. They've gone round with road sweepers, sunk them up and fired them up to Kent. I'm not anti-royal. I don't get why the news half the time. Not that I watch the news, obviously, especially now. It's just too grim, and I'm already negative. I've got to protect myself from that shit. We never give ourselves enough credit on how sort of multicultural this country is. Not every country's like that. Like my wife, right? Her cousin come to visit, right? Now that's the main difference when your family's from another country, though. They don't come to visit, really. They come to stay. For ages. They'll pretend they're welcome and shit. So, she wants to visit us while she's going to look for a place to live in London. She's never been before, never been to England before, right? Now, as you'll know, you could back me up on this, it's not a very multicultural country, Slovakia, right? Now, that's clearly a white person way of saying there are no black people there, right? Don't be tense, there are none. Not many, none. Literally, right, if you don't believe me, go there, right? Don't go there just for that. It's a weird city break, isn't it? Bloody right, back on the plane. It's just not a very multicultural country, so she wants to move to London, but she wouldn't be given any advice, couldn't tell her anything, she knew everything. First place she's going to look, Brixton, in South London. Now, I don't know if you know Brixton, it's a very, very multicultural part of London. She's never been before, said to my wife, don't tell her, this will be a bit of a laugh. She goes, she comes back, this is word for word what she said. Now, this is going to sound a bit racist because she is. She walks in the house, I said, how'd you get on? She went, unbelievable. I said, walking down the street, it was like I was the minority. I went, really? She said, yeah. Everyone was African American. I said, I don't think they were. I think you'll find they were just black people. She said, don't you say African American? I said, no, they're not fucking African or American, no. I'll tell you where they're from, Brixton. It's just a weird thing, I don't know about you. You don't experience racism, so you don't think it exists, do you? Like, I was in a waiting room, there was a bloke behind me, I don't know if he was racist or thick, it's a fine line. And he's behind me and he's just the gist of what he was saying. If it was black people, what would you expect around here? Black people. So I turned around to look at him, right? Because you know when there's someone behind you that you've been listening to, and you've made your mind up, you hate them. You have to have a look, don't you? You know when you're on the train and you think, right, who's this? Yeah, that's who I hate. So he's there, black people. Turn around and look at him. What do you think of this? He's got a fake tan. Yeah, I'm glad you get that. You're not allowed to discriminate because of skin colour when you're not even your own skin colour. There's no black in the Union Jack. It's a fucking orangey that you print. It's a weird time, isn't it, Rachel? It's a weird time as well, obviously. It's a weird time for sexual equality. Very strange time for sexual equality. And you're probably wondering what my take is on it as a male. Well, here we go. I know, let's tread through this minefield together. Here we go. I think... I don't even say that as a sentence, it's funny in itself, isn't it? I think one of the main problems, seriously, is the words we use. Our words and vocabulary is so male-dominated. There's masculine words in everything, and I think that reinforces male dominance in society and pisses women off. Think of the words we use. Male words in everything. Even the word female has got the word male in it. Woman has got the word man in it. Lady's got the word lad in it. Every job, policeman, fireman, postman, what do postmen deliver? Mail. Every significant moment in history. Neil Armstrong, first words on the moon. This is one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Imagine if he said that shit today. Oh, the abuse he'd get on Twitter for that. Buzz Aldrin would have been hanging back like, good luck with that tomorrow, Neil. Don't be involved, mate. They are going to lose their shit on loose women over this. I don't see why he could have said human rights. Good point, Carol. Tell us how to think. Anything that's physically or emotionally unpleasant for a woman has got a male word in the name of it. Time of the month, we joke about it. Stomach pains, headaches. What's it called? Menstrual cycle. Just as a reminder, menstrual. After the menstrual cycle, women get to a certain age. What do they go through? Menopause. Oh, it's the menopause, is it? Maybe they can do it then. Give me my fan. Yeah, I've got harness. After the menopause, some women have to have that operation. What's that called? Hysterectomy. Who's it done by? A gynecologist. So after the menstrual cycle, you go through the menopause, have a hysterectomy by a gynecologist. What female words are there? Herpes. Not even his peas, are there? And there's chickpeas. I'm eating quite a lot of chickpeas at the moment. That's a gear change, isn't it? I'm trying to eat healthy, that's the thing. You know, try to be more positive, sort out the way I think. I thought healthy body, healthy mind, definitely something in that. Trying to eat more healthy, I've given up red meat, given up any fizzy drinks. The hardest thing I've given up, I think, chocolate. Giving up chocolate. Now, for me, that was hard because I'm a recovering chocolate addict, right? Yeah, see, and this is the problem with chocolate addiction. No one takes it seriously. I stood here and said I'm a recovering drug addict. Round of applause. Chocolate addict, you're all looking at me like I'm a greedy child. Give me a cheer if you're a chocolate addict. The rest of you had no idea it's a real thing, did you? I'm not saying chocolate addiction is worse than drug addiction. All I'm saying, at least drug addicts get help, don't they? There's no help for chocolate addiction. You can't go into rehab just because you've never used one of those reseal stickers on a big bag of Maltesers. I didn't even know what they were for. I thought you're supposed to stick them on yourself like a badge of honour. At the end of the week, I look like a Cub Scout. No. Apparently, there's people out there, right, they'll have a big bag of minstrels, they just have a handful, I think that's enough, I might have more next week. Reseal them. Who the fuck are these freaks? The other difference with chocolate addiction is just acceptable to push chocolate, innit? Offer chocolate. Everywhere you go, chocolate pushers. You don't get that with other drugs, do you? When you're at work, in the office, no one ever says, oh, by the way, everyone, Sheila's birthday. She's buying some ketamine. Help yourself. So obviously my chocolate problem, it started at a young age. You know, first I'd just do a bar of Galaxy, a couple of lines. Before I knew it, that sweet brown stuff had got a grip. But this is where I'd hit rock bottom, right? This was my lowest ebb. Only thing worse than eating your children's chocolate is being caught by your children eating their chocolate. Oh, the look on their faces as they go, Daddy, what are you doing? As you stood there emptying 7 mini bags of Cadbury's buttons into your hand to make one adult portion. Just going, well, no, I said I get clean, I just need one more hit. So I've given up chocolate, trying to eat more healthy. I've also started doing regular exercise, right? Now, when I say I've started doing regular exercise, that makes it sound like I deserve some credit for it. No, what actually happened, for my birthday, my wife got me a 1-to-1 training session with a professional boxer. How the fuck is that a present? It's like she hates me, but she can't afford a hitman. It's like, happy birthday, I hope you get punched in the face. Oh, I thought you was interested in boxing. I'm interested in sharks, I don't want to swim with them, do I? Because you're probably looking at me like, well, it can't have been that bad, you're not like badly out of shape. But at the time, we had a newborn baby, right? So I hadn't slept in months because we got a baby. I hadn't exercised in months because we got a baby. I was eating like a savage because we got a baby. Drinking like an alcoholic because we got a wife. So I went along. Right, and I don't know if you've ever met a professional boxer. They treat you like you've got a world title fight coming up. Like, mate, fucking relax. I'm only here because my wife's a dick. Tone it down. His name's Dazza, brilliant bloke. So you start, but I don't know if you've been boxing club, you start off, you've got to do skipping, right? You've probably seen boxers skip, you've seen Rocky, elegant, and it's like... What about you? I've not skipped since school. I know what I did was bad, because at one point he used the sentence, yeah, whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever you're comfortable with. You know that's code for you look a prick, but I don't know how to tell you. So after that, you have to do, at the end, you've got to do shadow boxing. Now, you've got to do skipping, then you do 6 rounds on the heavy bags, and you do a circuit, and you end on shadow boxing. Shadow boxing is, you know, where you just stand there punching the air, like that. Looks pretty easy, doesn't it? After all that shit, not exercised in so long, I was so tired. My legs were so weak. Honestly, I was shadow boxing, rolled my ankle, and fell over. I got knocked out boxing against no one. People say you're scared of your own shadow. I'm fucking definitely more wary now. So I've got fitter, trying to eat more healthy, get fitter. This is where the gig is going to turn for the worst. I've given up drinking. Hey, not proud of it. Not proud of it. I had to give up drinking. I developed what's technically known as a problem. Now, I didn't realise I had a drink problem. Luckily, my wife pointed it out. I could have carried on drinking happily oblivious for years. But here's a double standard with drinking. Here's a bit of hypocrisy. How come when your wife has a glass of wine in the bath, elegant, isn't it? Sophisticated. You tell each other about it. Oh, I might have a long soak tonight and a lovely glass of wine. You do it, Tracy, you deserve it. I have a can of lager in the shower. I'm not fit to look after my kids. Especially if they're in the shower. Hold that, mate. Just do me hair. So I can see you looking at me now. Like, yeah, probably best you gave up, mate. Try it for me once, mate. Hot shower, cold lager. Oh, it's like a holiday. It's lovely. Just try combining a bottle of Corona with a lime zest shower gel. Oh, it's like a sensory experience. Few candles, bit of Enya, lovely night. I had to give up as well. I just realised how long I've been drinking. You get to a certain age, and you think, I started at such a young age. I've got to stop, because I started drinking as like a regular. I got some fake ID, started drinking as a regular in a pub where everyone knew each other. Rough pub, old man pub, everyone knew each other. 15, fake ID. Here's the thing, had the nerve to have my 18th birthday party in that pub. You cheek of it, going up to the bar, badge on, saying 18 today. Roy, I'll have the usual. So I had to give up. So I gave up drinking, but weirdly, I've taken up smoking weed. Hello! 38, I've tried weed for the first time. Isn't it weird? Most people try yoga at 38, not weed. So I never did it when I was younger. Just tried it now. Good at it. Someone told me. But here's the thing, me and my wife will have a joint in the garden together. You know, it's quite a nice thing to do at night. But what's funny is like we're a boring married couple. We've got 2 kids, a mortgage and a house. We're boring. So we smoke like a boring married couple. So it's like, right, you bath the kids, put them to bed, I'll skin up a bifter. Sit in the garden, getting stoned. When we say boring marriage shit to each other, while we're getting stoned, just sat there going... Tomato plants are doing well. Did you ring BT today? To change the tariff. What's that plant called? An orchid. Is it from Manchester? Alright, orchid. I laughed about that for 45 minutes. I sat there at night getting stoned. At some point, my wife will always look up and go, that's a UFO. It's an aeroplane. That's what they want us to think. Or whatever it is, the amount of solar lights you've got in this pissing garden. I'm shitting myself, it's going to land on us. Why's your garden got to look like a runway at Heathrow? Then we have the munches, but we don't have like the teenager Doritos and a pizza and a bedsit munches. We have grown-up adult munches. So what we do is we go out, put the grill on, go out, come back in, halloumi, pita bread and hummus. Bang! What a night. Episode of DIY SOS The Big Bill, would have a cry, go to bed. Cracking night. Right, all I'm saying is, I'll admit, I know nothing. It's the one thing I think you realise as you get older. It's not you become more intelligent, you just realise no one else knows anything either. I know nothing. Sometimes I shock myself how little I know. Did a gig recently in Jersey. You know the little island between France and England? I walked on stage and said, hello. So what's it like living on an island? Forgetting that we live on an island. Which you clearly just did as well. I had that pause and you all just went, oh, good question, what is it like living on an island? You forget we're on an island. You don't think it's Northampton on an island, do you? Maybe that's why they're called Island. Island, to remind them. It's an island. But that's the other thing. They say travel broadens the mind. It doesn't, does it? It just makes you realise there's fucking idiots everywhere. Like in Jersey. Do you know what they're proud of in Jersey? The fact there's no car crime on Jersey. There's absolutely no car crime on Jersey. Oh, well, yeah. Where would they go? Oh, fuck, someone stole my car! Oh, there he is. There he is. Wait for it to come round. The one thing I have learned from gigging all around the world and stuff, every gig, there's always someone. If you look down, there's always someone. Not laughed once, not even smiled, just sat there, angry, all night. There's one here tonight, you know you are. There's not, I'm joking, there's not. There is. There's not, I'm joking. But that's the thing I've learned though. Never ask what's wrong. Because it could be nothing to do with you. Could have just had a bad day. Once I did a gig, right? Driving to the gig. Now, I'm quite a polite, considerate driver. We all are when we start, aren't we? Do you remember when you started driving and you thought, I'm going to wave to everybody to say thanks. I'm going to let people out, even if it's not their right of way, and everyone else will follow suit. And because of me, the roads will become a nicer place. One person doesn't let you out. You're like, right, fuck everyone! So, I'm driving along. on, right? I've got to turn right through traffic. All the traffic stopped. I've got to turn right. The bloke up in front of me, he stopped suddenly. So I had to stop suddenly. So the bloke behind me had to stop suddenly. He went mental like it was all my fault. He was in the car. You know when someone's going mad in the car behind you, it's hilarious, isn't it? Because it doesn't matter how angry they get, it's still silent. Angry mind. So you do shit to wind them up, don't you? Just starts waving, breaking something. Tell you what I did, stopped the car completely, waited till he got out, then fucked off. Oh, he lost his shit. Drove up right behind me. I was like, now, if you get involved in a bit of road rage, what do you go for, mate? Just go for that, or do you go for that? There you go, classics. Absolutely, that's your go-to. Classic, innit? Chuck it up there, easy. This bloke did this, right? Brace yourselves for this. This is horrendous. Drove up right behind me and went... a wanker, I'll get the idea. You don't have to commit to that level of mind, do you? Yeah, quite the technique. Considerate lover. So, I had to turn left to go at my gig, right? I could see him in the mirror behind. I thought, I can't go, follow me. He's a lunatic. So I carried on. He went left where I was going. So I waited, turned around, come back, went in, walked into the gig, walked on stage. He was sat in the front row. Right there, I'm furious. Here's the thing, he had no idea it was me, because he only saw the back of my head. So I'm trying to make him laugh while he hates me. So angry. All the other comedians noticed him. They're all going to see that bloke in the front row. How angry is he? What's his problem? It's fucking me. And because he only saw the back of my head, honestly, at the end of the night, I was tempted to go, good night. I should have really gone, good night. You can't end a gig like that, can you? So that's why, you know, it's a typical thing. I can't look in the front row because I'm worried what people will think with my negative brain. You can't be constantly worrying about what people think all the time, can you? It doesn't help. Because then you just avoid people because you assume people think you're a dick. That's what I've done for years. And that's why I've got no friends. None! I've got no friends. I live in the middle of nowhere. None. Well, my wife likes to point out that I've got one friend. I've got one. And she is an elderly German lady who lives across the road, and she's only my friend because I took her bin out. And no, it's not a nice thing, because when I took her bin out, I'll be honest, the whole time, all I was thinking was, I wonder if she's, like, secretly really wealthy. And she's got no family or friends or anything. Because of this act of kindness, she leaves everything to me. Turns out she's got a lovely family that visit her all the time. And I'll admit, every time I see them, I think, here they come, trying to worm their way into the wheel. Money's mine. And my wife, loads of friends. Oh, she's got loads. And you know your wife has got a friend, right? And her friend is having troubles in her marriage. Great, isn't it? Oh, come on, admit it, it's wonderful. Because what happens is, my wife will go around there, hear how shit their marriage is, what an arsehole the husband is, makes me look better without doing anything. Oh, it's tremendous. I just sat there all night, drinking heavily, watching Netflix. She walks back through the front door like, I am just so lucky to have you. Yes. In fact, I think you should see her again tomorrow night. She could really do me with support. What I love about you, so understanding. Or sometimes a friend will come round our house. They'll have a little summit in the kitchen. Try not to get involved. Just make the odd comment as I walk through. Oh, it's a prick. I'll leave him. This is what I've learned, though, right, from the little snippets I've overheard as I've gone in and out of the kitchen. This is what I've gleaned from the information, right? When a man cheats on a woman, it's because the man is a bastard. When a woman cheats on a man, it's It's because the man is a bastard. That's what I learned. I've got loads of friends, my wife, and she's constantly trying to pimp me out to her friends' husbands. She'd be like, oh, Lisa's husband, Graham, you'll really like him. I fucking won't. I already resent him, just by the way you've said his name. I said to her, you've got no idea what I look for in a man. I don't know what it is, I don't know, maybe as you get older as well, I don't know about you, I find it harder and harder just to make small talk with people. I can't do it anymore. I don't know what happened, just as you get older. I seriously think, like, part of evolution, as we get older, we sort of listen and talk less and less. Just gradually. Like, you know, 7-year-old kids, they just don't stop talking, do they? It's like, oh, there's a tree, and there's a dog. And then when you're a teenager, everything's new. You try and drink and sex and everything for the first time. You're like, oh, everything's interesting. Then in your 20s, you take yourself really seriously. You're like, oh, my job, and my housemate, my job, and my flatmate, my job, and my housemate, my job. And then you get to your 30s and go, yeah, I think I fucking do now. I think I've heard all this shit. I've said everything I need to say. That's what you see those old men, like your granddad, sat on the sofa in the living room, just saying nothing, just staring. 2 hearing aids, he can still hear, he's just stopped listening, isn't he? I just can't do small talk anymore. I don't know what it is. I find it really hard to talk to other human beings about weather. I can't do it. When someone goes, oh, colder today, isn't it? I know this is my problem. I know everyone does it. This is something wrong with me. My neighbour, oh, she's got weather Tourette's. Can't stop herself. You walk out the house, she's in. I have to avoid her. She's like, hello, Andrew, lovely day, isn't it? Yeah, it's good weather, Marilyn. It's not a new thing. People who talk about weather, they only look at the smaller picture, don't they? It's only the day-to-day they focus on. Never look at the bigger picture. Can't talk about weather every day and never mention climate change. That's what I'm going to do. When they start talking to me about weather, just come straight back with it. It's like, oh, Andrew, warmer today, isn't it? Yeah, that's probably because we've been burning fossil fuels and cutting down the rainforest. And that's led to floods, droughts, polar ice caps melting, sea levels rising. That will lead to the destruction of the planet and the end of the human race. Have a lovely day, Marilyn. See you later. Oh, but I think there are places that is not acceptable to talk about weather. It's not appropriate. Like the bank, it's not right to talk about weather in the bank. You're dealing with your financial affairs. You're paying your money in. They can't stop themselves. You walk in on, colder today, isn't it? I walk in on like that, pay my money in. Hello, yeah, colder today. I'm like, I don't care. You're looking at my bank balance right now. You can see I've got more important shit to worry about. Whether it's a bit nippy outside. Do you know what I think? I think they're slowly getting you ready when you get behind on your mortgage payments. Cold outside, isn't it? It will be when you're on the street. Like, I get it. I get why we talk about weather. It's a good thing. In this country, particularly, we talk about weather to just get on with each other. We make small talk to find some kind of common ground, to get on with each other, relax, and just be at ease, don't we? We talk about weather, drinking, the opposite sex. It's good. That's why I think there's so much trouble and tension in the Middle East. What do they talk about? No one drinks, women are covered up, and it's hot every day. Imagine trying to make small talk. Oh, Dave, what have you been up to? Oh, bloody hell, went out last night. Oh, sober, so nothing happened. Got up this morning, felt fine, got to work on time, pretty productive day. How's your wife? Yeah, fine, thanks, mate. Yeah. What's she like? Ah, lovely eyes. Hot, innit? It'll be hot tomorrow, apparently. Should be hot on the weekend. Yeah, we live in a desert, mate. All right. Read any good books recently? Just the Quran, right? Jesus. Jesus. It's not a good thing, though. The lengths I go to avoid human contact as well. It's ridiculous. Like recently, where I live, you know the charity workers with the clipboards that stop you and try and sign you up for a charity, get your bank details, right? Where I live, they go door to door. Do you have them knock on your door? Oh, knock on your door, try and sign you up on your doorstep, get your bank details. Now, as we all know, the problem when you try and politely say no to a charity worker is, as we all know, what you say is, I'm very sorry, I've already got direct debits for charities. There's only so much I can afford a month. Sure, it's a worthwhile cause, all the best for your charity. That's what you're saying. But in your head, it feels like, what's it for? Starving kids? Fuck them. That's how it feels. I can't do it. So I saw them outside, circling. I thought, I can't handle this. I can't handle it. I just won't answer the door. Not answering the door. Not proud of it, right? Sat in my living room. Now, my living room, sofa's there, front door's there. You can see it through an archway. Sat there. He rings the bell. So I pulled the face to make me invisible. I went... He knocked. I thought, this bloke's good. Do you know what he did then? Clearly, he'd been ignored all day. He was getting bored. Honestly, true, he tried the door handle. I hadn't locked the door. The door swung open. He's suddenly in my house. Just sat staring at each other. Both trying to figure out who is in the wrong. All I could think to say was, I'm not in. And to his credit, he said, I'll come back later when you're home. Anyway, I think I've become less negative or more positive, depends how you look at it. I do. I'm trying to stop that voice in my head because that's the thing. I've definitely become more positive because I wouldn't be doing this a couple of years ago. I'd never have done my own tour and done this. I've never. Straight away, that voice in my brain would have went, what? You're going to do a tour? You've got no agent, no promoter, you've never been on telly. Who's going to come and see you? No offence. I thought, fuck them all. I'm going to do it anyway. Just do it myself. I don't give a shit. That's the thing. Just started to just not give a shit. Don't care what people think. Started saying things regardless of what people think. Doesn't always go well. I'm going to be honest. With you. Like, not long ago, right? We went round. There's a couple we know, right? Went round their house. Because that's what you do when you've been married years. You don't see your real friends, do you? You just visit other married couples. Go to their house and pretend to give a shit about their lives. Sorry if any of you are on a team building exercise tonight. They go, oh, good, that was tense, wasn't it? No, we are friends, Lisa, I mean, all right. We've said a few things, but we'll have a drink, and I think we've moved past it. Some of them are your friends. Come on, some of them, you just sat there all night looking at your wife like, you don't even like her. Why are we here? There's a couple we know, right? The bloke is 50, he's married, a 30-year-old, right? Now, I've got no problem with that, no issue. Here's my problem. This is how I know he is not my proper friend. We go around there, loads of people, no one is taking the piss out of him. Well, that's not a real friend, is it? That's a real friend. You say the most inappropriate, out of order, horrific shit you can think of. If he cries, it's a bonus. No, we're sat there all night making grown-up conversation, just going, the house prices in this area are unbelievable, aren't they? I know, disgusting, isn't it? Do you know how much? A 3-bedroom? Just sat there all night in my brain thinking, when you were 20, she was a baby. Not allowed to say it. You'll be happy to know, everyone, recently, I cracked. Couldn't hold it any longer. What happened was, went round there, he'd just done a speed awareness course. That week, it'd been done for speeding. Couldn't stop myself. Oh yeah? What did you do? 15 or 30? thank you very much. You've been an absolute joy to talk to. I'm sure you